What was your senior prank? Someone threw a pillowcase with about 20 mice onto the basketball court during halftime when the cheerleaders were performing. This was during the middle of winter and the mice were in someone's trunk. So they threw the bag and some mice fell out, but even the ones that fell out didn't move due to being left out in the cold. The principal got to them right away and started picking them up and putting them back in the pillowcase. One of the mice that he picked up bit him and he flung his hand instinctively to get it off and he launched it against the wall. The principal had to get a rabies shot as a result. The week after, many people got called down to the dean's office for interrogation, myself included. This was not the official prank, but it did happen senior year. The psych teacher, Miss F, was always pointy-faced and unfair. She got mad at a few slackers and ended up making herself feel better by giving a pop quiz with the grade on it being a third of our final grade. This brought down quite a few students' GPA and much rancor ensued. So, she also had a doll that sat on her desk. Little Lord Fauntleroy was its name. It had a lacy collar and a wee little hat, short blue pants with suspenders. She introduced it the first day of class, and we all thought her eccentric. A few days after the unfair quiz, little Lord Fauntleroy, LLF, went missing. Miss F was pissed. She wept, chewed us out, demanded his return. And soon after that came the ransom note. It demanded the results of the quiz be expunged for all and our grades returned to pre-quiz levels. Or LLF would get it. The next class the shit really hit the fan. She strode back and forth, crying, demanding we rat out the culprits, and refusing to give in. A few days later a doll ear was sent to her in school mailbox. Wow! She went bonkers. This was after the Getty kidnapping and ear slicing event. A note came with the ear repeating the demand. More angry tears. I felt bad for her, but it was also gleeful. She had never been fair and she had openly mocked me as I was clumsy at drawing a pencil through a maze while looking in a mirror. Graduation was fast approaching. The last note enclosed a photo of LLF with a black hood on his head, and a noose around his neck. Miss F caved. He showed up on her desk the next day, both ears on. They must have sliced another doll's ear. We got our grades back. She had her doll. She retired not many years after that. It remains a mystery who kidnapped LLF, but I take my hat off to whoever it was. At graduation about 10 to 15 of us each had our own tubes of glitter, and at the end when they say, "We give you the class of 2012 or whatever," instead of the graduation caps we threw the glitter in the air. The principal was not impressed. We also had Water Fight Wednesday, which consisted of poking holes in the caps to water bottles and spraying the shit out of each other until one of our friends dumped a whole Gatorade bottle on someone and they had to change into gym clothes. Fun times. My whole class got together to do a senior prank. The bright idea of the group was to an ABC day. Big surprise. Me and my friend thought it was pretty lame, so we hid in the school on a Friday, and after everyone had left, he had a key to the school, was SGA president, we decided to do our own senior prank. Our headmaster's office, dean of students, secretary, and head of the upper school all had glass offices. Like 3 sides glass, 1 side cement block. We filled every single office to the ceiling with balloons. It seriously took us like 5 hours of blowing up balloons, just the 2 of us, to fill every office. I then proceeded to unload some motherfucking confetti down all the halls, fucking covering the floors. I mean, there was goddamn confetti everywhere. Then I got the bright idea to cover every door handle, every locker handle, all of the dry erase markers, erasers, pencil sharpeners, chair adjustment handles, pens, pencils, phones, literally everything and anything I could think of that anyone would have to touch. In Vaseline. I probably went through 15 or 20 jars of that stuff, and I got everything. So we get that all that done Friday night and leave early Saturday morning, like 1 to 2 a.m. Monday morning rolls around and I expect to come to school and see chaos, or expect some assembly on how the senior class took it too far, or have it be cancelled, or just like anything major happen from our weekend shenanigans. But when I walked in, the headmaster shook my hand, like he does every morning. Every student gets greeted first thing in the morning. It was private school, and acted like nothing had happened. Me and my friend both are like, WTF is going on? Where's the chaos? Where's the whodunit? Apparently someone had come in Saturday, saw what the fuck kind of mess everything was, and the cleaning staff had to come in on the weekend and fucking clean the whole place. No big reveal to the school, no teachers said anything, no nothing, no confetti, no balloons, no Vaseline, not a goddamn thing happened. It was like stepping into the Twilight Zone. So really, all we accomplished with our mischief was ruining the weekend for our cleaning staff. I still feel like a fucking asshole 10 years later. A few years ago the senior class just went to the school at night and did classic things like balloons and water cups and stuff. The administration freaked out and cancelled this ceremony that everyone loves that we do on the last day. The parents flipped and the police were called because they were yelling so much. Last year someone bought a goat and brought it to school. A kid in our Facebook group suggested everyone bringing in 2 watermelons, so there would be like 700 watermelons lying around the school. As a result, everyone, and I mean everyone in our grade, brought in 2+ watermelons, so our school was covered with watermelons. Also, our vice principal, who is black, thought that the prank was racist and hateful against him and asked every black kid in the school if the prank was racist. Among our senior prank day antics, my group put rubber ducks in every toilet. Should have been small, but after skipping school to watch the premiere of the newest Marvel movie, we later heard one of the boys from the middle school section actually tried to flush it. The water streamed down the hall and went around 2 corners before reaching the door of the nearest classroom. So yeah, accidental water damage. The seniors from a previous year parked a truck in the art room though. I don't think anyone will ever top that. Played a school-wide game of Where's Wally? I made posters with instructions to find all the Wallies and then report to my year coordinator's office to collect the prize. However, I made a condition that you had to do the Macarena to get the prize, and if the teacher didn't think they were dancing well enough they would pretend they didn't know what was going on. Lead to a bunch of grade 8 and 9ers flooding my year coordinator's office doing the Macarena as she screamed, "What are you doing? Why is this happening?" Which apparently made them dance with more enthusiasm. Year coordinators had to go around the school and find all the posters herself so the dancing would stop. Edit. Wow, this blew up so much. Thank you all for your kind words. I strongly encourage you all to undertake this prank. I did it by myself with the help of my younger sister so I wouldn't get caught. Yes, in America it's Waldo but here in ours it's Wally. Extra info on the prank in case you want to execute it yourself. My year coordinator's office was in a specific block within the school, so I made sure to hide the posters away from that area but still in areas many kids would be. E.g. near the library, Oval, or at toilet block etc. The day after the prank, I put up more posters thanking the school for participating in the grade 12 prank, and left a personal note for my year coordinator thanking her for being a good sport about it, taped to her office door. You know, just to rub it in a bit. I think I only did about 5 posters so I could make it relatively easy for kids to find them all, just so I could maximize the amount of kids flooding to my teacher's office. Not my year, but during my time at school. I have 2, one the most epic and one the year before my senior year and the reason senior pranks never happened again. 1. The most epic one was when the senior class a few years before me got a Volkswagen Bug into the cafeteria and filled the cafeteria with 4 inches of sand and did a whole beach theme with umbrellas. 2. The year before me just trashed the school and smeared shit on the chalkboards. Not cool. Since senior pranks were banned our year, because of the shit smear year, we did a senior skip day which was going to an amusement park. It was 3 hours away and when we got there we found out it had been closed down for a couple of years. This was when the internet hadn't really gotten big by the way. Man, was that a letdown. Edit. After some responses here, I'm strongly starting to believe that the first prank was a mix of 2 parts fiction and 1 part truth. We planned to throw water balloons in the morning as everyone walked in, but the dean threatened to hold diplomas, so people just sat on the ground. It was pretty lame. Then some jackass threw a balloon full of mayonnaise at a school bus and obliterated the windshield and got arrested. This was in college, but I had a local print shop design a t-shirt for a fictional swim team using the official school colors. I then had about 60 shirts printed. I sold almost all of them. Most people who bought the shirts were in on the joke. But I still set up shop in front of the cafeteria before meals, and people would walk by and exclaim, "I never knew we had a swim team." Now, I was in the marching band, so I had customers over a wide range of ages. So this prank continued for 3 more years, with a Facebook page dedicated to bringing back the swim team. We didn't really have one, but the grade before has a fun one. Our school has this set of stairs going up 5 floors, so the seniors got hundreds of ping pong balls, and each student wrote their own personal message to the school on a ball, and during one of the passing periods, they dumped them down from the top of the floor. It made a sound like a giant rainmaker, and it was pretty cool that pretty much the entire class was a part of it. Okay, this wasn't my high school, but one I lived close to and my best friend went to. Their senior prank was originally something innocuous that they literally got approved by their principal. I thought this was ridiculously lame, but it couldn't have turned out better. The principal let them into the school at I think 9 or so, and they were gonna rearrange some desks or some crap like that. Within the hour something happened, a mob mentality developed among some of the students and everything went to shit. Kids were going around trashing rooms, flipping desks, throwing paper and books and anything they could find all over, out windows, breaking various objects and raising hell. One student got a fire extinguisher and sprayed it all over the cafeteria, and if I remember correctly, threw it at window when he was done. My friend said it was one of the craziest things she had ever witnessed, and couldn't believe how quickly it turned into utter hysteria. Some of the students stayed to help clean up, including my friend, who said there were thousands of dollars worth of damage all around. Some students were facing criminal charges, and last I heard the principal was slated to be fired for opening the doors to this shit show. Edit, pictures from Twitter, even has some video including part of the fire extinguisher. Well, my school's senior prank was nothing special, to toilet paper the front of the school and the courtyard area. But my senior prank was to join the senior boys' talent show and try to chug a gallon of whole milk in a cow costume while Mortal Kombat music was blasting. Almost wasn't allowed to walk at graduation because, well, I won't spoil it, but just watch the video and you'll see. Edit, proof. What? First gold ever. Thanks. I'm planning one of my own. Anyone ever heard of the perils involving the sugar-free Haribo gummy bear? No? Read the reviews on Amazon, it's well worth it. Anyway, we'll be having bowls of those left conveniently for any innocent passerby to grab a handful from. They eat the bears, time goes by, and soon people are crawling over each other like the zombies in World War Z to get into the precious few bathroom stalls. I had some grand idea to get a few saltines from the cafeteria each day. It was a small school and we kept the same lockers all 4 years. I got several friends in on it. The 2 lockers next to were vacant, and in the course of 2 years we filled all 3. But then my dad got laid off and I didn't attend there my senior year. Last I heard, a teacher's little kid banged on one and it opened and hundreds of crackers fell out. I really wished I could have figured out how to make a prank with them. 2 friends and myself ordered 1,000 stink bombs from a German website that were in individual small glass capsules. We divided up the capsules into latex gloves and tied the wrist part shut. About an hour before the end of the day we each took our share of stink bomb-filled latex gloves and each went to one of the 3 HVAC intakes located throughout the school. We stomped on the latex gloves, breaking the glass capsules and cutting the latex in the process, and ran out to the parking lot. While we sat in my car, we watched as all of the windows on the exterior of the building started being flung open with people leaning out trying to get fresh air. The hallways quickly filled up and students started to flood into the parking lot. There wasn't a single person who could have managed to stay in a classroom with that stench. Good times. Edit, stink bombs, not smoke.